Hi. Guess what we have back on the Jeep? Put it on this weekend. Thought I'd open it up, air it out a little bit, and bring you guys along. Let's see how it goes. So once you take the bungee straps off that are not part of it, it has straps on the side here, which I'll insert a clip that you push the webbing through and you pull down to tighten, and then you just press this button here to loosen it off. And then you'd go around and you'd unzip the whole thing. I think it's normally on that side where it's done up, so it would go all the way around here. And then what I typically do is pull these off just so they don't hit my vehicle. This poor little Jeep of mine is fortunately seen a couple things in its life. So I just play those there. Lift this off here. Make sure it's off on the other corner. I'm gonna pull this down. Now, you can pull this out of the channel, but I'm not going to, and I typically don't pull it out of the channel so that it just hangs here depending on how long I'm staying. I think I took it down when me and my mom stayed in it, and she stayed in, like, I have a little annex room that goes here, pardon me, that goes here. But if it's just me, I leave this hanging. So I have two of these straps undo, one here, one there, and then the same thing on the back side. And then all I do is use the ladder to open it up. Apparently there's a box in there. For the sake of getting in here, you can make it work. So then I just use this as like leverage to lift this up. And then I use this to pull it. I'm actually going to put this down here so I can lock it. And then that'll actually hold it there. And I pull the ply out. So you have this U piece, and what it does is it goes up in here. It pulls this out, and it hooks into a like little thing here. The end of that U goes on here. I'm a little rusty. And then there's one on the other side. But this one goes on, and then this holds this up. Now, inside here, there's a bar that holds this down, but we aren't going to put it up for this sake. So, yeah. This piece here will come out. It has bars that you put into holes along this bottom steel rack I'll show you. And that's basically how you hold up the awnings on your windows. This is removable. This fly tarp is removable. I like it because hey, we never know when we're going to get rain in Alberta and there's skylights. But I usually keep it on, and it's pretty good. There is a door here so you can completely open up the tent if you need to. And then this just isn't rolled up. So this is like the same awning. It's just, and I put it away. I didn't roll it up. There's that. And, Wild Coast tents. And then I'll show you guys this. I think in the other video, I mentioned that this is new, or was like basically new to me. It still has the plastic on it that I haven't taken off yet. This year, I think it's going to come off because the stuff that's open underneath my vehicle is starting to, like, when I drive, it bubbles. So the wind is getting into it. But yeah. So it does make a little bit of noise when you get in and out of here. um, just because of like just weight distribution and hinges. I'm actually going to open this up. Here. And I've actually showed you guys this either, but it's not. Let me roll it up. These are the skylights. I absolutely love these skylights. And if you didn't have the fly on, you could open this up and like completely be outside. So I'm gonna turn you guys around and I'll show you what this looks like looking out. So this is like the door looking out. Now, I didn't hang this 100%, so normally this wouldn't be like a bag like falling down and kind of drooping like that, and that would be straight. So that zipper there is where like the annex room gets sewn to, and then up here is like the bar that I talk about that holds that down to kind of like make everything structural. So the nice thing about this too is you can also open up the fly or like the screen portion. So then what I'm going to do is roll up the awning from the outside, or from the inside, pardon me, and then we can get some good airflow in here. Thought that since I was going to come and hang out up here, I just kind of show this a little bit. I find I have a lot of room in here. 2 people could definitely sleep in here. Probably like a person and a dog, a couple people and a smaller dog. Like I totally think it'd be possible. But just make sure all of these are undone for the most part. Sometimes it's nice to, I use this one and this one that go across here to like hang stuff on if I need to. Because like I can, especially like I typically put my head at the front here, like the front of the door. So I hang that one there and I can just like hang over top of me and not be a problem. So if you want clothes to dry or just don't want things laying around, just have my quilt. And then I usually get inside of this and got my pillow, which I'm going to do. This only weighs about 165 pounds. And like the guy that I bought it from originally and put it on my Jeep last year, me and him lifted it up onto my Jeep and he did fine. I struggled a little bit and I actually scratched the roof of my Jeep. But this time we just used a skid steer because they had it and we just lowered it on top. And then all it is there's channels that are bolted to the bottom of the tent that have bolts sticking out of them that slide, and then you just put it on each side of the roof racks and you just bolt it on. I know a lot of people will spend a lot of money on roof racks. I ended up just buying ones from Amazon, and they've served me really well, and this tent is on really secure. So we're gonna see how quickly I can put this thing away. So I'm just gonna have to do the straps up in here. Try and get out of here without dying. Okay, this. I'm gonna call this a Yuki's oat. My hair is probably all over the place now. Throw the tarp or the fly in here, and I put behind the bungee cord that's inside there. And essentially, what I do is grab this. I'll bring it up here. Then I make sure that these aren't locked anywhere. And I push up and over. And that usually comes out on that side. I gotta figure out how to. So a way to get it to hold it like that without falling, actually. I also need to come off the vehicle. And what I do is we do this without waterproof piece on all sides. That this is for sure tucked in how we want it. And then I put this strap in through here. I pull down and then I lock it. Now just because there is some pressure behind that, I go to the one on the back. And I immediately do the same side, or the same one, but on the back side of the tent. And go all the way around. Make sure that's all tucked in. That's through there. Same thing on the back. Make sure all those things are tucked in. And then there's 2 layers of this in here, so I make sure that it's pulled tight. Lift it. And then throw it so that it goes over. And then go back to climbing. And make sure I pull that center piece so that it fits properly. Put it over the edge. And then we're going to come to the front and back to make sure like, that this piece is not stuck on this corner. And you bring it over and down. And pull this all the way down. So if the zipper wasn't broken right now, you would then zip this up. But it is currently broken. And then I wing these to the other side. There's a cactus tying in my shoe. You got this. I usually kind of just look over and make sure it's flat so that when I take this one and put it through the clip and pull down, it's good and tight. Then same thing for this side. Pull this through and pull it down to secure it. So if the zipper was okay, that would be as far as you would take it. But because I'm needing to fix the zipper and I don't want this to open up and get more wrecked, I take a bungee and I go forward, around, I hook it to the cable in the, or the webbing in the back, frac, stretch it, pull it all the way around, and hook it to the webbing in the back. And then I usually try and make sure that this is tucked in there and it's down. That is on the to-do list to fix. And then this will go in the back of the vehicle.